So I awake this morning to the news that somebody has had a coming together with a firefighting aircraft in California over those terrible fires that they're having, and no, it's not somewhat, it's not worse than that, but I am annoyed at the attitude of a lot of flyers saying on X and other places, but how on earth are we to know that we're not allowed to fly there? Well, that is just plain ridiculous. There's many ways, and you, dear viewer, being a drone and sundry viewer, know the ways, but for those of you that don't, you could go to the UK's drone safety map, and that's worldwide. You can find out what's going on in the airspace worldwide from this. There are apps available for your phone, so you'll see it on that. Or you could go to Aloft's Air Aware, and that does exactly the same thing, but with a different map underneath it, and you can get your flight permissions there in America with that one as well. So that would be two ways of doing it, and that's available not only in the browser as you're seeing now, but on your phones as well. But what this really highlights, and actually before I move on, let me just say what I would like to happen if they find the person that had this coming together. I think this person should go to prison. It's not there's no let out for this. Doesn't matter if you're 10 or something, you still go to prison. And any video that they're finding online now of people flying over the burnt out areas, those people should face fines. If you're posting video of other people's distress, then that's not very cool and groovy. I don't think it brings on a news narrative to post pictures of disaster and trouble. So yeah, and I believe the fine is a maximum of $7,500. So let's just leap straight to $7,500 and be done with it. It really shows that remote ID's failed. But in what way has it failed? I suppose it's failed in that enforcement agencies don't know, or don't seem to have been trained on tracking drones that are fitted with it, which, let's face it, will be most DJI drones, and that will mostly be what's flying around this area, I guarantee it. So I use, just for fun, because it's not mandatory here, I use Open Drone ID when I'm looking at things that have got remote ID to see if it's working, and that would work there. Firefighters won't have time to be looking at Open Drone ID and sorting it out, but police officers will, and they really should be in there and finding people operating and fining them. Find and fine. Here over Christmas we have courts set up on the side of the road to deal with traffic fines. You are sentenced there and then, taken out your car, straight into the court and sorted out, and that's what needs to happen in this sort of situation. I am surprised that there's not people with boxes and more members of the emergency services with distributed sensors that they can just pop around on whatever high buildings are left or high ground and create up a mesh network of drone ID signals. I am really surprised that's not a thing yet. So I think, while I'm not for remote ID for lots of reasons, primarily because it transmits, although in this case you need it, you need the location of the operator. I think America's going to face some harsher restrictions after this if they prove it was a drone. I mean, this is the image that's going around. I don't know if it's for certain what the truth, but what I do know as a simple truth is, if there are emergency services working in a big situation, don't fly your drone. Your footage is not worth it. Anyway, catch us 2100 Gin and Tonic every Tuesday for our chat of nonsense. Look after yourselves out there, everybody. Have a lovely weekend. If you're in California, all the best. I hope these go out soon.